took a bite. They said, what's the return on investment? If we invest in a piece of land, this is how much money we'll make. You invest in young people, there's no ROI, really? So it was quite disappointing. So we said, okay, let's look beyond people here. And then we went and found Samsung. And Samsung said, they didn't understand it either. So don't blame our, industrialists and corporates and all that. They didn't understand it, but they understood one thing. If Google was in it, there had to be something that we would benefit from. So they said, okay, we'll give you the rest of the money. So now we had both partners, we went back to Google, and we started the initiative. To date, including this cohort, this is our 7th cohort, there will be 130 startup companies that have emerged from the nest. Each company has between 2 to 5 founders, and they have hired many more people. Now we know, all around the world we know not all of these startups will succeed. Many of them will fail. But that's okay. Because what they learn in the 4-month process that they are at the nest, they can apply to anything. They can apply it to the job that they do at your company or yours. They can start another startup and try again. Okay? The learning doesn't go anywhere. And in the bargain, we have created a community of young people who are there supporting each other. And I think that is the biggest win, that they are there for each other. And I've seen this. I've seen it through, when they're successful, they all celebrate together. A couple of our youngsters, 23, 24-year-old, have lost their parents. And everybody has been there supporting them through that time. And it just, they have problems, they share with each other, they have co-founder issues, they have investor issues, all of that. They know they can go to somebody else who understands their language, what they're going through. So I think this is great. And if we can all work towards expanding this, and I know now there are a lot of incubators, so we're not the first ones to start an incubator. The first one was started at NUST in Islamabad. They were not quite doing what we're doing, but now they are. And then the second one was started by the Punjab government in Lahore, Plan 9. So Dr. Umair Saif started that. And then LUM started a program a year before we did. So, but in Karachi, we were the first ones to do it. And it doesn't matter if you're the first or the 5th. You better do it properly or not at all. So we have tried to do it properly. We have weak areas. We constantly ask our graduates what we are doing wrong, what we are doing right, what are the things that we can do that would make our program better, what are their needs. Even after they graduate, they are part of our community. We constantly monitor what's happening and ask them if they need anything. Do they need a connection? Do they need access to a customer? Do they need to talk to an investor? Do they need money? Do they need advice? And they need something at every given time. But they know they can come to us and ask for that advice or that connection. And I think that's what was needed as far as the community was concerned. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm very, very happy. And I look forward to seeing these people, some of them become super entrepreneurs, creating amazing opportunities for everybody else in this country, for youngsters as well as for people. And we try and instill the kind of values that Adhika was talking about, because that is what is going to make a difference to this country. And I hope that the community of young people, I won't be here, a few years down the road probably, but they will. And they will continue the work. They will continue instilling the values, creating what this country needs, the economic impact, the kind of community, the support, everything will continue. And that's what we should try and do. Try and create sustainable organizations that will carry on long after we are not here. And I think many of you in this room probably do that. We don't recognize enough of the organizations that do a great job. How many times have you seen these lists that come on in newspaper or on television? Top 10 women entrepreneurs, top 10 entrepreneurs in the country. It's always the same 10 names. on that list, I am very irritated by it. Simply because I know that there are many women out there that are doing much better and more awesome and impactful work than I am. Why? I feel embarrassed that their names are not on that list. You know, one of the women that I personally have seen the impact that she's created is Quratul Ain Bakhtiari. No, she works in Balochistan. She empowers women. She's created a sustainable campus where she's taught women to use computers, has helped them create employment opportunities for them, helped them with their families and everything. And she comes and fundraises in Karachi, goes and works in Balochistan. Come on, you're going to tell me my work is more important than hers? Why is it that the journalists in our country are, most of them, so lazy that they will not go out and look for these people? Now I've started a new thing. What I've started to do is feed them names. That look, why don't you go and see this person? Why don't you go and see what that organization is doing? Because until we recognize and support the people who are doing amazing work in this country, we are not going to grow as a country. We need to celebrate these people, not after they're gone, but while they're still here. And I hope that at least those of us in this room will try and do that, and then we'll spread this further along. Thank you for inviting me. It's great to be here. And congratulations on your anniversary and the 150th seminar. That's quite a milestone.